Thanks for clicking on State of the City. My name's Todd Prafke. I'm the city administrator here in St. Peter. And before I get going, I've kind of started this tradition. I'm going to try and keep it rolling here for a few weeks. I want to give a shout out to one of my regular YouTube viewers, Nancy, who lives in the south end of town. Hey Nancy, thanks for watching us on YouTube. We really appreciate you clicking on State of the City and following along about some of the things that are going on this council's talking about and some of the tidbits of information. And so that really relates to the two missions that I have for today. First of all is to talk about the regular workshop on Tuesday, September 4th. Here's a copy of the agenda, and you can see this online. One of the suggestions Nancy made was for me to hold these kind of things a little bit longer on camera so that you can get a chance to read them. So I'm trying to do that here. Nancy, you can see a couple of the agenda items and a few other notes that I wanted to mention to the council kind of at the end of the meeting, things they had to be ready for, some meetings that were coming up. The two primary issues on this agenda were the electric foreman job description. We had our electric foreman retire after many years, more than a couple of decades with the city of St. Peter. And so as is our custom, as is our practice, when we have folks that leave positions, we take a look at those job descriptions and see, well, are they up to date? Do they need to be modified? Has the world kind of evolved while we didn't really evolve the job description? And we take a look at that. And so the council has to approve all job descriptions. So this was our opportunity to talk with them at length about it and then bring it back to the next council meeting. So anyway, that's what we've got going on with that one. The second one that I have on there is a discussion that's about Wells Fargo. And some of you may remember that the city council decided to divest investments with Wells Fargo really just about a year ago, almost a year ago exactly here. And there was a lot of discussion about this. This is a really kind of struggling issue for the city council, I think, for a couple different reasons. One of which is that the city council here is traditionally stuck to what some people call local meat and potatoes issues, not kind of venturing out into more philosophical or social issues outside of St. Peter. This was really a social issue outside of St. Peter, and so this was really one of the council's first discussions about venturing into that area. So I think that made it difficult. I think the nature of it and the complexity of it, I think measuring is always a challenge for these kind of issues. I also think whether it's this or deciding how many sidewalks to build, there's always this question of, do we do a little or do we do a lot, or is it someplace in between? And with some issues, that's inherently more difficult to figure out. And so I think that was one of those issues. So anyway, what the council told me at the workshop is that, well, they had approved this policy and it was supposed to really sunset after a year, and they were just going to allow it to sunset. It does mean, though, that over the last year we've had a policy where we took money out of any accounts that we had with Wells Fargo that were due, that were at the end of their term. And so that's what we'll keep doing. As we look to invest your money, be good stewards of your money into the future, certainly this will be something that we look at, but we'll continue to look at, does it have a good return on investment? Are the terms appropriate? Is it safe? Is it collateralized appropriately? All of those kind of things that we look at with any other investment. So anyway, that was kind of the discussion from the workshop last Tuesday, because Monday was Labor Day. We really met on Tuesday. The next is I got a bunch of little tidbit things that I want to make sure that I cover. Solar choice. I've talked about this a number of times. So solar choice is that opportunity for those of you that don't want the hassle of building solar on your house but want to promote solar energy and buy solar energy. This is an opportunity for you to subscribe to panels at a solar farm that's located just outside of Owatonna through our utility. It's a good deal, and so we'd really encourage, if you're interested, I'd be happy to come out and talk with you some more about this and the opportunity that it provides, or stop in or check out on our website. We got some great information here. I'm going to show the website address. We've got some great information right at this location. Now, if you don't have a chance to write this down really quickly, I'll try to remember to include this kind of in the tagline for my video blog. The next item that I want to mention about is Rockbend Folk Festival. Rockbend Folk Festival is this weekend. Friday and Saturday and Sunday of this weekend, and so there'll be lots of people in town. The weather's supposed to be fantastic. The park looks beautiful. I mean, the setting, it's not just the performers, it's just not the kind of event it is, but the setting of the event is really like no other in southern Minnesota, and so we're really proud of that and excited to have the volunteers on their 20th plus, more than 20 year plus anniversary of Rock Bend Folk Festival. And so it just keeps rolling, and the volunteers that put that on do such fantastic work. So we're really grateful for them. Another tidbit that I'd like to mention is 3rd Street. So if you have driven on Broadway and 3rd Street trying to turn north on 3rd Street, you know that that's been under construction for about 7.5 years. Well, no, I'm teasing it, but it's been a long time. And so we really want to thank you for your patience. Yesterday, our contractor came back, and a lot of work was done very quickly over yesterday, and there'll be some more coming up for the next few days, and we hope to have it open in just a short while. So thanks for everyone. We know that's an inconvenience. We know it's a hassle for the homeowners in that area. We know it's a hassle for the traveling public, but thanks for being patient. Fixing that up is really important from a lot of perspectives. Looks better, functions better, takes care of stormwater, better street, all that kind of stuff. And so thanks again for your patience with that. We really do appreciate your patience there. I also want to thank the Chamber of Commerce. Yesterday I had the opportunity with Patty Pearson from Remax Realty to kind of tag team on a discussion at a chamber meeting, lunch meeting where lots of people attended. We had like 15 people or 18 people that attended to talk about housing issues within our community. And so, the city's really focused on opportunities for working families and rental opportunities as well for moderate income and working family kind of folks. We haven't so much focused on that area of building homes or providing lots for folks that can pay $250,000 plus for housing. Maybe we need to think about that differently. I kind of got the sense from yesterday's meeting with some bankers and some realtors that's an area where we need some additional focus. And although in the past the city's kind of hesitated from being involved in that kind of thing, the world is changing, and maybe we need to think about that a little bit differently. So I'm going to be testing that a little bit more. But housing is such a complicated issue, and Patty talked about it, and we had people from the group that was there to discuss it talk about it. And there's so many different facets, whether we're talking about multifamily rentals and well, here's kind of what it comes down to. There aren't a lot of houses for sale in St. Peter, and it's very difficult to find a rental property if you're looking for an apartment or to rent a house. That's a terrible thing in that it's nice to have some inventory so people can have some choices and come to our community. It's also a very wonderful thing in that it means that, man, a lot of people want to come to St. Peter, and how wonderful is that? So I know yesterday we kind of talked about it in the negative, that there are lots of challenges related to this, and we need to figure out new strategies and things that we can do and ways that we can stimulate opportunities here. But it's also a really good thing in that it means lots of people like to be in St. Peter. Housing values remain high in St. Peter. We're not losing population like many greater Minnesota communities. We have wonderful housing stock within our community, and we do have a program that's going to come, I hope, in the over the winter months into the spring, that will help people do rehab on their homes. And so we're excited about that. Again, we kind of look at it as a problem, but it's also a really nice thing. I learned yesterday that there's no one single answer, and that no one seems to have the one single answer to how to make this all work better. But I can tell you for sure we're going to try, and we're going to continue to talk to lots of people about how to make that better and how to provide additional housing opportunity within our community, whether it's for working families or that 250, 270 and above, or whether it's multifamily or affordable rentals or whatever it is. We're going to continue to work on that. So anyway, just wanted you to know, and again, thanks for the Chamber and the Policy Committee for sponsoring that forum and that discussion. The next one that I have is Traverse Green Subdivision, talking about housing. This is our working family housing subdivision. We can help people with incomes of less than $50,000 buy a house. Now, you never thought you might be able to do that if you have that kind of income, but we can help you do that. This is a great opportunity for people to either buy a lot and build their own, or work with us and we'll be happy to help you out. But you can certainly buy a lot out there and build a $300,000 house if you want to. So there certainly are some lots available in St. Peter, and wanted to make sure you're aware of that. I also wanted to talk about Rivers Edge Hospital, who I mentioned last time. More awards. Here they are, Rivers Edge Hospital in St. Peter. By the way, that's kind of their new logo. Kind of nice logo. I like it. But anyway, want to continue to mention that the entrance to Rivers Edge Hospital has changed, and so now to get into the hospital there, you got to go off Klein Street, or if you got to get to the emergency room, you got to go further north on Sunrise Drive and kind of come in what I would term as the back way on Sunrise Drive to get there. So anyway, again, congratulations to them, and if you need help at the hospital, it's a great place to get help. Best care anywhere. I love saying that, best care anywhere. The next one is Pavilion. As lots of people be at Rock Bend, the Pavilion is a focus. This is a image of the idea behind the new Pavilion. By the way, the Best Value Committee of the Pavilion Group is going to be making a report to the City Council, I think, on the 17th. Their work is just about done. And so the council is excited to hear that, and the Best Value Committee is excited to talk about what they've decided and how they've found some ways to make the pavilion more affordable, but still meet the vision of that original 33-member community-wide task force in the pavilion. The reason that I show that picture and this form is that if you want to donate to the pavilion, now is as good a time as any. So we'd be happy to talk with you about how you can do that. Whew. We're looking for some employees. I need a bus driver full-time, a bus driver part-time, and a new police officer. So if you want to know more about that, check out our website or go on the Minnesota Job Bank. We have those posted there along with lots of other places, but check that out. Stop in and get an application if you're qualified for that. We'd be happy to give you an application and to see if we are a great fit together. Lastly, I have, because I'm running out of time, here's how you can get a hold of me. You can give us a call. You can email Barbara and she'll make sure that it gets to me. We love it if you like us on Facebook, and certainly you can see this and other videos that we do, including city council meetings, on our YouTube channel as well. So again, thanks to Nancy, thanks to RH. He's a constant watcher. I know he's a constant watcher and wanted me to get a shout out for him. And thanks to you for clicking on State of the City. Hope to see you again next time.